Greetings, trackers. Bear Tracker Nature Films here, and today I'm looking at some evergreen huckleberry branches on the ground. Now, evergreen huckleberry, if you know this plant, is not one that just randomly drops branches. So how did these branches end up on the ground? Let's look at the ends of them first. They're pretty torn up, and you can see bark has been removed right here and scraped off. The ends are broken off in a pretty raw manner. And this is fairly fresh damage also because this hasn't browned or dried out yet. So how did these branches get on the ground like this? So you look around and find a nearby tree or shrub of the same species. And this one is showing some more damage. Again, there's a branch right here that was broken off. And the undersides of the leaves, which are lighter, are facing downward. The upper side, this side, should be facing up, like this normal branch here. So this branch was broken off, and you also see scrape marks in the bark here and here, and it looks like a lot of damage to this plant. Now, how did that happen? If you look around, there's a lot of branches on the ground. Down here and in the center, this one's been broken off completely. Right here, see, that's where that went. See if the camera will focus. Anyway, this belongs right here. So look at the damage here, and you can see if the camera will focus on it. You can see these gouge marks in the bark. So those were caused by the antlers of a black-tailed deer buck. Right now it's November, and it's rutting season for the deer around here, which means the bucks are displaying their antlers and rubbing and thrashing bushes with those antlers. And so that's what happened here to this plant. This is an evergreen huckleberry. Now look in here. So I've stepped closer to the plant and gotten right up in here, and you can see all these gouges and scrapes in the bark. This is the one that was broken off, but you can see where a branch was broken here and down here as well. And all this scrape marks here in the bark. So what happens is, during the rut, the bucks come in here and they rub their antlers in here, but they also kind of thrash around in the plants. They get them caught in there, and they just thrash them around with their antlers, and that tends to break things off very easily. But also what it does is, the theory anyway, is that it's transferring the scent. So they have glands right in front of their eyes, and the glands produce scent. And when they rub those glands on bushes, the scent gets on the branches. So then they thrash their antlers through it and rub it all over, and that helps to spread the scent. I don't know if it's an oil, but the scent from the scent gland all over their antlers. And then when they walk through the forest, that scent wafts all over the place, and supposedly the female deer will catch scent of it and know that there's a buck around, and if they're ready to mate, then they can find each other. But this is the very common damage that you will find in the fall in areas where there are deer, because the bucks do this with their antlers. And the closer you look, the more damage you find to the plants. And usually, when they do it on trees, you'll see there's sort of an up and down rubbing. And what that does is it creates these little shreds that are clinging to the bark. So you can see these shreds right here, if the camera will focus. You'll see that to a larger extent on trees. But that's what it looks like on, in this case, an evergreen huckleberry shrub. Hope you've enjoyed.